वागर्धा विवसम्पृक्तौ वागर्ध प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ वन्दे पार्वती Rameshwaro.
Do you know the meaning of that shloka or who composed it? Yes, it is from Raghuvamsham. It is the first shloka of Raghuvamsham composed by the greatest poet the Sanskrit literature has ever seen, and that is Mahakavi Kalidasa. The meaning of that beautiful shloka is that to get the knowledge of speech and its meaning, I pray to the parents of the world, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, who are as inseparable as the speech and its meaning. This shloka of Kalidasa has multiple meanings. That is the beauty of the language, Sanskrit language, as well as the greatness of that poet, that this is not the only meaning of that shloka. To find out more such meanings, I am going to post a link. You can go ahead and check that. The author has given 25 such meanings and he has done it in a great way. Now today we are going to discuss the poet Kalidasa and his greatest works. Namaste everyone, welcome back to Zesty Nimbu. This is Shrikha. Kalidasa is undoubtedly the greatest poet Sanskrit literature has ever seen. His greatness is such that till today and since centuries, many people have tried to copy his work and take his lineage, take his works forward. That is the greatness of his poetry. But who is Kalidasa? There is no knowledge of his antecedents. We don't know his parents, we don't know where he was born or what his lineage is, etc. But there is a prevalent story. It goes that Kalidasa was actually a murkha, a fool, who was actually in fact going to cut the branch of that tree on which he was sitting. That was his level of foolishness. So one fine day he was married off to the princess of a particular city, a particular country, by a very jealous minister, and once the princess gets to know about the foolishness of Kalidasa, she leaves him and he goes to a temple, a goddess temple, and prays to her. So the Devi appears before him and grants him blessings. She actually writes bijaksharas on his tongue, and since then he becomes Kalidasa. Kalidasa is basically the Dasa of Kali, the servant of Kali. So he is a Devi Varaprasadi. So he was given the blessings and he never wasted it. So he wrote such great works in Sanskrit literature that no one can beat his poetry or his understanding of human emotions till today. Of course, we are not talking about Adikavi Maharshi Valmiki, because Ramayana is Kalidasa's biggest inspiration. He's written a lot of works based on Ramayana and Mahabharata. 41 works have been attributed to Kalidasa, of which 7 of them we are going to discuss today. 3 of them are plays and 4 of them are poems. The 3 plays are Abhijnana Shakuntalam, Vikramurvashiyam and Malvika Agnimitram. And the 4 plays are Meghadutam, Ritusamharam, Raghuvamsham and Kumara Sambhavam. So let's discuss one by one each of these works of Kalidasa. As we have seen in our previous video Navarasas, the king of Shringara Rasa is Kalidasa. But apart from Shringara Rasa, there are many other rasas that he's explored in his various works. So let's take the first play, which is Abhijnana Shakuntalam. So Abhijnana Shakuntalam, or Shakuntalam as it's colloquially known, is the story which revolves around King Dushyanta and Shakuntala. So Shakuntala is the daughter of Menaka and Vishwamitra, and she is raised by sage Canva. So one fine day Dushyanta comes hunting and he approaches the ashram of sage Canva. There he sees Shakuntala and falls in love with her. So they get married in the Gandharva style of marriage. If you want to know the various kinds of marriages in Hindu culture, you can go and check the video that I had done with my grandmother describing the 8 kinds of marriage styles. So I'll link it above as well as in the description. So go ahead and look it up. In the Gandharva style of marriage, they get married. After their marriage, Shakuntala becomes pregnant, but Dushyanta is called back on kingly duties, and while leaving, he gives Shakuntala his royal ring, saying that whenever she shows him this, he'll remember her, and he leaves. So one fine day, Rishi Durvasa, who is known for his anger, visits the ashram of sage Kanva. Sage Kanva is not there. Shakuntala is daydreaming and she doesn't pay respect to Durvasa properly, and he curses her, saying that whatever she's thinking of daydreaming about, that particular object or person will forget her. But after a lot of pleading, he concedes that. So if Dushyanta sees that ring, then he will remember Shakuntala, and he leaves. After Sage Kanva returns and it is established that Shakuntala is pregnant, she is escorted to the kingdom of King Dushyanta. But Dushyanta refuses to recognize her, saying that he is never visited because of the curse. He is forgotten about her completely, and she couldn't produce the ring given by him to her. Finally, when Shakuntala leaves and in Menika's place she gives birth to Bharata, the heir apparent of the kingdom, Dushyanta finally finds the ring when a fisherman tries to sell it off. Shakuntala loses her ring when she was playing in water, and she loses the ring and it is eaten by a fish, and the fisherman catches the fish and he tries to sell it off, but he is caught by the palace guards, and Dushyanta finally finds the ring and he remembers everything that had happened. So he comes searching for Shakuntala. Actually, he is called by Indra to attend certain activities in Devaloka, and he goes there and he finds Bharata, his son, and finally the parents unite. So in this, it's a story of separation, reunion, love. So there are so many aspects of the emotions which are explored by Kalidasa in this particular play. So that is about Abhijnana Shakuntalam.